we're gonna go ahead and move on into this. What's up, y'all? It's the Water Boys, and my name's Tim.
And I am Chris, and how we are going to start this podcast off today is, of course, we're going to dive into the latest NFL news, but we got a game on Thursday we're going to dive deeper into. But, Tim, you want to kick off the news? Let them know what happened today?
Word. I'm gonna call this segment "Moving and Shaking" because we got some moving and some shaking going on. Honestly, I want to talk about this Le'Veon Bell to the Ravens move here. This is interesting because Le'Veon Bell is a back that I believe if he lines it up with himself and like he just goes and focuses on solely balling out, just that, nothing else, nothing else, just go ball. He's scary when he's focused and he's focused on balling. He's a baller. So the Ravens got them like one of them sleeping dogs. All they got to do is wake him up. I think getting him some carries and getting him dynamic out there with Action Jackson, he gonna have him some chances. He gonna definitely have a chance. So it's only up to him right now.
No, it definitely is. And, I'll piggyback off what you were saying. It's like, yeah, I don't know what the Ravens are hoping for here. Again, for people who don't know, he wasn't signed to the active roster. He was signed to the practice squad, which means they can bring him up at any time. And it also means, too, if any other team is interested in him, they could sign him as well, but they'd have to sign him to the active roster. Now, the running backs they have on their roster is very slim. Like, it's just Gus Edwards. We all know what happened to J.K. Dobbins. We saw the preseason game. And then, if you guys don't know, Justice Hill, who was his backup, tore his Achilles, I want to say a couple days ago in practice. So the Ravens, they're losing running back. So I get the move, but they also brought in Devontae Freeman, too. That would have been a nice move as well. Just I'll speak on a Chiefs perspective because when he came to KC, what I was expecting for was a nice dynamic duo 1-2 punch, and maybe that's what the Ravens hope for here. But we didn't see that, and even when Clyde got hurt, we only saw 3 yards of carry. So I'm optimistic he can be his old self, and when I mean old, maybe we can get an 80% Le'Veon from like what 2016, 17, because I don't think we're gonna get 100% of him, but I think that's better than what they got on the roster because I'm not 100% sold on Gus Edwards as well. So we'll see how that pans out. I know they got him on the practice squad to learn the playbook, but we'll see when he actually becomes on the active roster and what he can deliver to the team.
True. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and get right in on into it.
But before I dive into any of that, we were talking real life football. Do you see any fantasy perspective on him? Do you think he should be picked up, stashed on a bench, or do you think we just got to wait and see what happens?
I mean, if you have the space and you just want to take a risk, why not? Like, if you have one of those, like, I don't know, I always seem to have one, like, throwaway piece. Like,
Yeah.
you have a throwaway piece, why not? If it lines up, it's good. If not, I mean, toss it. Give it a shot.
But in that,
you're in
too,
the waiver wire to do so.
If you have, like, if they're free agents, if it's Gus Edwards and Le'Veon, Gus Edwards going to get the carry to start off, so I'd probably lean that way.
Yeah. I mean, you can have both of them on the field, honestly, because Le'Veon's a great receiver. So there's ways
you most definitely can.
There's ways they can use him. I just
feel like we've been hoping for a lot from him as of late. Like, we feel like we're gonna get that old Le'Veon, and we haven't seen it the last 4 years due to whatever type of circumstances. But he hasn't been himself. Which will lead me to dive to this, which I wanted the Ravens to look into, and then maybe they will. They got a slim backfield, so they can. But Latavius Murray, the Saints parted ways. They wanted him to take a pay cut, and he said, "Nah, I ain't doing that. I like my money." And they said, "Well, you ain't getting none of the money anymore." So now he's a free agent. What do you see on his outlook, or any teams that could be interested in him?
Latavius Murray. He's another one of those guys that's very versatile. If you want, I mean, you can get something out of him now. Now, it depends on where he's at. Like he has to fit. If he doesn't fit, it's not gonna work. So it's definitely about the fit. Because Latavius
Yeah,
Murray can ball out low key. You get him some carries, he's dependable.
and
Now,
that's why like I
will he get that though?
no go on,
No, like
but
will
like
he get that?
and that's why I thought like if you look at the Ravens, like Latavius Murray hasn't had a starter position in his career. He's been like trading with I want to say Alvin Kamara. I don't know if he was there when Adrian Peterson was there in Minnesota, but I know he was trading with Dalvin Cook as well. It's like he's always been that complimentary back, and I felt like in the Ravens he would have had his prime opportunity to do that. And I feel like they just took that away. And really, I can't think of any other teams. There will probably be teams interested that'll come out later on. One team that could be really interested, who I know likes to run with both backs too, and it would help Dalton out a lot, is Chicago. And with Tariq Cohen being on the PUP list, you can have him and Montgomery in the backfield and just run with that and see how that rolls.
I like what you're cooking up there. I like what you're cooking
Yeah.
up there.
I mean, I can't think of much options for him. But that also brings me to it's like, how much are the Saints going to expect from Kamara this year? Like they usually throw Murray like in the game plan and the playbook, and like I know they got this rookie named Jones or something like that, but he's a rookie too, so I can't really expect much. People are saying he's like a deep sleeper. You might want to watch out for him, but man, I feel like they're going to run Kamara to the ground this year. Like you got no Michael Thomas, no receiving core, no running back depth really anymore. Jameis going to be like finding him.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get his touches. I I can't even
And then I
deny it.
guess
I'm not
like
thinking about it. He's, he's definitely gonna get his touches.
I know like I'm grateful that I have him on my fantasy team, but I'm also afraid when he's going to get hurt because running backs once they take poundings, it's the only one I've known to do it, but he's also not even human. Is Derrick Henry
Why he has to be non-human?
because he
Non-human.
weighs like 275 and all muscle and running over everybody. That ain't human.
He's like a demigod.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
And what he runs like a 4.5?
4 or 5, 4 or 5, for dude.
Am I right? Like I think it's something like that.
Cheat code. Cheat code. He's like a horse out there. He just
Yeah. He's the legit refrigerator on wheels, trucking you.
he's definitely doing that. Definitely, he's running over everybody. Derrick Henry, safe pick. I'm starting to think maybe I should.
But let's get into this last news topic before we give you our perspective on the games that are about to be ahead. And Mark Andrews over the weekend signed a 4-year, $56 million extension. That's $14 million a year. That makes him the third highest tight end paid behind George Kittle and Travis Kelce. Give me your thoughts on it.
Money, 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 money. That boy got paid. That boy got paid. They definitely value him out there in Baltimore. And he's been balling out as such. I mean, that dude got game. He be out there. He be out there serving them. Shoot. So top. Ooh, he up there with some company too. Yeah,
Oh
he's up
yeah,
there with the best of them.
yeah
He
he
deserves it
definitely.
though. He definitely deserves it though. Now he just needs to just go keep getting the bag.
Yeah,
That's definitely a bag alert.
I don't think this is something anyone can argue. He needs his money. He's literally, as of right now, the proven commodity on the Ravens for a receiving threat down there. He's Lamar Jackson's safety blanket. You're not going to let your safety blanket just hit the market. That would be terrible for the Ravens to do. It wouldn't make no sense.
None. Not at all. Not at all. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little antsy to talk about this here Bucs game here. This Bucs and these boys.
Are you ready for it?
Man,
Because it's the first game of the season. I've been ready for it.
Look like man, COVID. And I'm gonna just say that. That's in COVID, man. Football, some good old normal football. We're gonna see that. Let's see Dak.
With fans in the stadium too. This is
Woo.
gonna be like They gonna be cheering on them Bucs, which is gonna
Mm,
be interesting. What's your so? Of course, for everyone who don't know, which I don't know how you don't know, because football is back, NFL season. You like how you? It's like the best sport. You can't miss out on it. But we got the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. Now the betting lines. The Bucs are 8-point favorites. Tim, how do you see this game panning out?
8-point favorites. I might
Eight
take.
point favorites. That means they win it
I'm
by
not
more
gonna
than a
lie. I might
touchdown.
take that. I like the Bucks defense against the Cowboys offense more than I like the Cowboys defense against the Bucks. I'll be real. They're not gonna stop them, even if it is like a shootout, which I doubt it is. It just nah. I got to go with the Bucks over the boys in this. I definitely like the defense over the Cowboys. I definitely can see the Bucks defense like showing up and showing out. Definitely
So
can do that.
this for a lot of people at home. One, I'm gonna give you some betting tips and advice. Week one, I would never bet. You never know what's gonna happen. You got teams coming out of nowhere. You got players coming out of nowhere. You got good teams that come out rusty. You got bad teams that are on their A game.
Mm-hmm.
Week one is the most trickiest thing to ever bet on. But with that being said,
Yes.
never overthink it as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks should easily win this game, and the reason I'm going to give it to them for this reason is it's going to remind me of a lot of the Super Bowl. So Zach Martin,
Mm-hmm.
he's on the COVID list. He ain't playing. Their left tackle, Lil Collins, he not playing. Dak, you about to get a wake up call on that leg, probably the first snap of the game, and you better hope that thing working, cause them boys gonna make you run.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
I think
Bye.
the I,
Brother.
I think the Bucks are gonna cover easily.
Why did you have to go there? Well, with those, with with that news, it's even worse. I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, I got the Bucks defense started this week. I think I'm gonna see a nice return on that investment.
I think that's a set. I think that's a safe lock fantasy wise. And let's speak on fantasy wise. Fantasy's so tricky for me on Thursdays too because I hate playing people on Thursday because it's like, damn, I already got points and now someone could catch up to me. I don't have a slot playing, but there's a lot of star players out there that'll be playing. Like,
Exactly.
what are you thinking about the quarterbacks, Dak and Tom? What kind of fantasy projection and points are you looking at?
Hmm. Definitely take Brady over Dak. Think watch Brady for
I
like a 400, like a 400. Like
and
don't be
that's what I'm feeling. I might not be feeling the 400, but I'm feeling like 4 touchdowns.
either like it's one of them dink and dunk, and he hits like everybody, like every name on the team, he's gonna hit him for a touchdown kind of thing. If it's something like that, definitely see 4 touchdowns too. But don't be surprised if you hit him for like 400, but not too many touchdowns. But he just kind of carves him up all game.
Yeah. And one, for people, if you haven't checked your lineups yet, which Chris Godwin, he's been hurt this week. Now there's no rumors if he's going to play or not, but just watch out for that. Thursdays are so tricky. Those are always game time decisions. But if that's the case and he doesn't play, watch out for
Mhm.
Antonio Brown. He's already Brady's favorite weapon. Like they've been best friends. One of the weirdest friendships I've ever seen, honestly. I don't know how they became friends, but he's the one who brought him to New England, then brought him to Tampa Bay. Um, let's speak on the backfields now, because that's where you win your games of fantasy football. Are we going to
Mhm.
get the Zeke of old? Are we going to see it this week, or is that going to be later on in the season?
Oh, that's gonna have to wait. Nah, he's gonna need those boys up front, and if they're not playing,
Yeah,
he's gonna need them boys up front. Let's be real. Zeke is great, but you still gonna need your boys up front, man. You just need your boys up front. That's where the game starts, man. It's right there in the trenches. So if you lack in there, it's gonna be a long day, pretty much. But I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen one of those like he might rack up yards, but he won't score type things. But highly doubtful if their line is suffering like that. I
And
mean,
then, so I already talked on the Bucs wide receivers. Well, some of them. Of course, we got Mike Evans. You got Chris Godwin that plays, Antonio Brown. Let's not act like Dallas is not loaded as well. CeeDee Lamb. You got Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. Out of those six, and if you want to throw Gronk in there, who do you think is going to be your highest performer? Now, we don't think the Cowboys are going to win the game, but that doesn't mean they won't put up fantasy points.
who has the better? I see one of the wide receivers, honestly. And if I had to pick, just for shock and awe, I'm gonna go AB. Like, look out for AB.
I like
Like,
that a lot. I really do.
I like his matchup with. I like the matchup. I like the matchup
And if
with
he's
AB
playing
and
strictly in the slot,
the
like,
corners. Yeah, especially if he's used like. Let's be real. If he's used like Wes Welker and the rest of the guys, how he had like in the slot down there, like the Julian Edelmans, but if AB is like, yeah, let's be real. That's mm, that's like carving up the league right there. If they line that up and he stays focused, they're gonna carve up the league. Don't be surprised. AB is gonna have him a look at me season. Like, like I thought y'all forgot. Y'all thought y'all forgot. I think he's definitely still
now
that guy.
with that too. Yeah, with that, like because I'm 100% on board. Like I don't think a lot of people are gonna see AB balling out in this game, but I think you will. If I had to choose someone else too, I'll jump with CeeDee Lamb. I think this year he'll become like a top 10 fantasy wide receiver, and if
Mhm.
you have him, like you got a solid number one on your team. I don't know what Dallas is gonna do regular football wise, whether it's win loss. That just depends on how Dak is. But I do know CD Lamb will put up his numbers. He will get his points. And now we gonna do this,
Yeah.
which is kind of useless because we both gonna edge the same way because we know the Bucs got a solid D, but we gotta talk about it because you guys want to hear about it. Whose D are you gonna take? Is it gonna be the Bucs or the Cowboys?
I'll go Bucks, but I like how they're going to use Antoine Winfield. I'm going to just say that now. Mr. Antoine, if I'm saying that name correctly.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it's like Antonio.
I think it's still Antoine. I know I'm not tripping. Yes, like I like his matchup with those receivers out there. Let's see him line up with some of those guys out there in Dallas.
No,
And
I
down
like
there.
that. And it's a solid test for him. Like Dallas's receiving core is top notch, so Bucks do get a test. I'll speak on the Cowboys then if I think they'll have any hope. I don't, but one thing, like we've talked in our previous podcast too, as well, is if Dallas wants to be successful, let's not act like it all relies on Dak. This team gives up a lot of points. Like if their defense can't stop no one, we can't blame Dak for that. Like he can't be having a shootout every week. So someone's going to need to be discovered because that secondary is abysmal. And Tom Brady, I just feel like he's going to pick it apart. Like I don't know what else to say. Like Tom Brady is the master of finding what you're bad at and I'm going to execute. And I feel like that's exactly what he's going to do.
Man, nail, hammer on that. Yeah, I'm like thinking about it in my head and I'm playing it out over and over again. And I'm just like, Tom Brady, those weapons, that defense equals. Yeah.
And I just feel like so I'd be thinking about all these games and like it's hard. Like I overthink them and I'm like, there's not a part of me. There's a lot of me that wants the Cowboys to win, but you can't overthink the type of like this. You got the stuff in your face, and you can't be like, oh well, what if they do this? What if they do that? If you just keep throwing what ifs, you're hoping for a lot. But that will bring me to close this part of it out is me and Tim are going to be doing this throughout the year and this will start it off now. It seems like we're very similar right now, but we will be doing our weekly predictions on every games and whoever has the most wins out of the 16 owes that person $10. Right now we're going to be at an even slate because the way it sounds is we're both taking the Buccaneers, but I'll give you a prediction. I think this is going to be like a 38 I'll get the Cowboys up there, 38-21 type of game. I think they'll score 3 touchdowns, but I just don't think they can keep up with the Buccaneers. What's your prediction on it? I know you're choosing the Bucs, so.
Like a 33-14.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
uh,
So with that though, is there any hope for the Cowboys in this game? Like any?
man, like with that O line missing like that, like you're like, man, it's like watching something great, but it's handicapped. It's like seeing Bo Jackson run
The
full
Super
speed
Bowl.
again, and then he gets like a cramp midway through. It's like, man,
Trust me, I know the exact feeling. It's
yo,
the Super Bowl for us.
definitely, man. Oh, oh God, that's pretty much what it is. They're gonna get another one of those. We're at home. Oh goodness, fireworks.
I just hope it doesn't like end up like a slaughter. Like I hope I hope Raheem Morris, the defensive coordinator on the Bucs, has like a heart and just doesn't blitz Dak every down because I don't want to see him get hurt again.
Man, this is gonna be one of those.
Not week 1.
Man, this. I'm sorry. Yeah, 33-14. I gotta call that one. Definitely taking the Bucs there. Ooh, execute order 66. That's exactly what this game is. Like now with that O line missing, you're like, man, yeah, I'm sorry, but
Like I'd love to see the Bucs lose, and I think the Cowboys would have been a perfect matchup if they were completely
it's like
healthy, if COVID didn't
score.
hit them, and if they had a defense.
True, but I mean, they have guys. Let's be real. They have some guys if they can play. Maybe like it can be one of those any given Sunday.
Who on
games.
defense?
No, I'm just talking about for the Cowboys in general. They can have one of
Oh,
those any given Sunday moments, and we're all
I was
like,
about to say I can't.
the Cowboys. But no,
I can't name a soul on defense.
this is gonna be like bully ball. Okay, like it'll be interesting at first, and then they'll just run away with it. That's how it's gonna go. Watch.
I'd love to see the Cowboys just come out on fire, like throw something at the Buccaneers that they weren't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get those rumors, all headlines everywhere. Has Tom Brady fallen off? He only threw 2 touchdowns. Cowboys blew him out. You know how it happens every year. When Brady loses one game, the world comes to an end.
That's beyond true. That is beyond true. Like, anytime anything happens to like him, Rodgers, Breeze, Peyton, any of them guys coming up, shoot, even
Yeah.
Russell Wilson sometimes.
But shit, but we've been, and I'll say we because everyone has been. We all been praying on Brady's downfall for like 10 years. I don't think he's ever gonna have a downfall. Yeah.
Just figured it out. He's like Neo in the Matrix.
Even
he sees nothing but code.
even when he tore his ACL in the late 2000s, he still bounced back. Didn't he win a Super Bowl the next year? Like, if we're gonna talk about not human players, there he is.
He's built different. He's just built
And
different.
he was talking about he wants to play longer than what he thought with the Bucs. Oh my God, can you just retire?
Dude, no.
Let these new guys take over.
No.
Even though it'd be kind of funny.
He'll be 50 out there trying to.
I know, right? That'd be hilarious. When have we ever seen
He's
a
gonna
50-year-old
look like
quarterback?
Grandpa throwing with the kids. That's all bad. That's all. Just like pick a number, Tom, and then just let someone else shoot. We
like
get it.
We always say Father Time catches up with everybody. So, but him, it's taken a while. But God, those bones gonna end up cracking at 50. Don't do it.
He goes. He's like, he stays so long. He goes through like midlife crisis and everything.
Right?
He starts trying to run the ball. He tries to be
maybe he trying to. God damn! Could you imagine a 50-year-old?
That'd be funny. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be funny. That'd be funny just to hear it, man.
But
All
with
right.
that, you guys, we will end up wrapping this up for y'all. Like, so if you like this, you already know what to do. There's a thumbs up. Press it. But I'm gonna dive further more. Like I did mention before, Saturday, you're gonna get a full broadcast of me and Tim going through every other 15 games that's about to fall on Sunday. We're gonna kick the season off right. We're gonna give you fantasy projections. We're gonna give you our betting projections as well. And we're just gonna go back and forth and see who we like and who we don't. But be sure
Mm-hmm.
to subscribe to the channel. Tim,
Mm-hmm.
let them know what's good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the Water Boys, man. You know what it is. My name is Tim.
And I am Chris, and we are closing out.